I was already halfway to the airport when I realized I'd left my passport on the dresser. But when I walked back into our penthouse, the voice drifting down from the study froze every drop of blood in my veins. My name is Ava Moreau, and for 8 years I was married to the most convincing lie Wall Street ever funded. I was racing toward Terminal 4, LaGuardia traffic snarling like it wanted to keep me from the Singapore flight that would crown me the youngest female CIO in fintech history. My keynote at the Global Blockchain Summit was in 14 hours. My slides were memorized. My navy suit was pressed. My husband Elias had kissed me goodbye at 5:12 a.m. with a sleepy smile that still made my knees weak, whispering, "Knock them dead, tiger." Then my fingers found the empty pocket in my carry-on where the passport should have been. I whipped the Tesla around so hard the tires screamed. 23 minutes later, I slipped my key into the lock of our Tribeca loft, expecting silence. Instead, I heard Elias, my Elias, laughing the low, private laugh he saved for me. Except he wasn't talking to me. By Tuesday, the trust is drained. The Hamptons house is in foreclosure, and Ava will be on another continent blaming jet lag while we're sipping Mai Tais in Phuket. The idiot actually thanked me for handling the family finances. Can you believe it, sweetheart? Sweetheart. He had never called me sweetheart. Not once in 8 years. I stood in the marble foyer, Louboutin heels rooted to the floor, and felt my heart detonate into shrapnel. I did not scream. I did not run upstairs. I became something else entirely. I backed out soundlessly, locked the door from the outside with a spare key, and drove to the one place Elias would never look, the Chelsea hotel I still kept under my maiden name for emergency board meetings. Then I started hunting. 48 hours later, I knew everything. Elias Caldwell was never Elias Caldwell. He was Eli Cohen, disbarred broker 3 counts. Securities fraud, released from Otisville in 2017, legally changed his name the day before we met, at that charity gala in Soho. His real partner wasn't me. It was Lila Voss, 26, former pageant queen, current Instagram wealth coach, with 1.2 million followers and a smile sharp enough to cut glass. Together, they had stolen $4.8 million from 4 women in 5 years. 2 of them never recovered. One swallowed a bottle of Ambien in a Ritz-Carlton bathtub. The other lost custody of her kids when the courts decided a bankrupt mother couldn't provide stability. I was supposed to be victim number 5. But I run a company that catches Russian hackers for breakfast. By Monday morning, I had frozen every account he could touch. Revoked the durable power of attorney my mother signed while grieving Dad. Served the Hamptons house with an emergency stay of foreclosure. Hired the best white-collar prosecutor Manhattan has ever seen. And booked Lila Voss for a brand collaboration at a Soho cafe that was about to become her worst nightmare. I walked into that cafe, wearing a blonde wig and the kind of smile that makes men confess before they realize they're speaking. "Hi, I'm Chloe from Lux Life Media," I lied. "We're doing a feature on power couples in real estate." Lila preened. 10 minutes in, she was bragging about distressed properties and vulnerable widows. My phone recorded every word in 4K. When I slid Patricia Delaney's obituary across the table, the Ambien widow, Lila's collagen lips, went white. "Get me immunity and I'll give you Eli on a silver platter," she whispered. I smiled. "Darling, I don't need your testimony. I just wanted to watch you sell your soul in real time." Tuesday, 8:03 a.m. Elias stepped out of our building in the Tom Ford suit I bought him for our anniversary, whistling like a man who'd already spent my money. He never saw the unmarked NYPD cruiser, or the warrant, or the live stream I'd arranged with every major financial news outlet. By 8:17 p.m. the headline hit Bloomberg. Caldwell Capital CIO's husband arrested in $4.8 million romance scam. Wife Ava Moreau exposes decade-long fraud. I watched from the 47th floor of my office as they marched him past the paparazzi in handcuffs. He looked up, straight into the camera, and for one heartbeat our eyes locked. I raised my iced latte and a toast. The next month was a hurricane of court dates, asset seizures, and board meetings where I wore blood-red lipstick and 0 apologies. We recovered 78% of the money. The Hamptons house went into a trust for my mother that no human being will ever touch again. Lila took a plea, 7 years, no parole. Elias got 23. On sentencing day, I wore the same navy suit from the morning I forgot my passport. The judge asked if I wished to make a victim impact statement. I stood up, looked Elias dead in the eye, and said, "You taught me that love can be engineered like code. So I rewrote the entire system. And now you'll spend the rest of your life in a box that can't be hacked." Then I walked out into the October light, heels clicking like gunfire, and never looked back. If you've ever smiled at a monster who is smiling at your bank account, this one's for you. Drop your favorite moment below. Mine was the second Elias realized the woman he called idiot had just taken his freedom, his money, and his future in under 96 hours. Like, if you're ready for more ice-cold revenge served with a side of boardroom, subscribe because the next story is already loading.